nobody can stop me from doing it because that is my property and the vehicle is my private property as well. Now that's going to change if you start incorporating all of this crap into it. It's bad enough they've already regulated driving so bad that people don't even
The
realize.
groundwork has already been laid for all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, you don't own your car. Anyways, you can go to a dealership, pay cash, get the title to a car, and drive off the lot. But the thing is, you have to go get your car registered. Now, what is registration? The key. So in the etymology, reg means king. Okay, like if you kill a king, it's called regicide. Reg. If you register something, you are giving ownership over whatever it is that you're registering over to whoever it is that you're registering it to. It's technically theirs. So they can place policies onto you anytime they want, so long as it's registered to the state or the government. Okay. So you already that you can speed. Oh, you have speeding tickets. You haven't paid them. Oh, okay. Pull in the tow. Let's call a tow truck. That's how they can legally tow you, because the vehicle was registered to the state. So having this private, the idea of privacy and private property, it's a diminishing thing right now. It's something that we need to be aware of.
Well, don't they have a? I'm just guessing about this, but if there's a thing that within an air, what any kind of odor in the air, they have a way of finding it. If it gets picked up by some kind of thing that reacts to certain types of any kind of odors, like if you smoke, you drink coffee, or drink beer or whatever. You know how things, the odors, you can smell it in the air. And if a car has an ability to notice in the air, in the car, what it is and respond to that,
filtration system could definitely pick up different things. Sure.
Well, I have experience in this area, so let me go ahead and let me go ahead and just break in here because, like,
go ahead.
You guys
Bring
know
it on down.
I've been in AA and other 12-step programs, so they've had the technology freaking to stop cars from driving because of breathalyzers, but that's physically taking the breathalyzer and putting it to your mouth and breathing into it to get it to start. If there's no alcohol in it, then the car can start. But if it picks up on any sign of alcohol on your breath, it will not start. Now this would take it to a whole different level though, where they don't have to have you do the breathalyzer. They can just pick up on the odors in the car or the scent that's coming out of your mouth. Or even facial recognition. I mean, they're starting to use facial recognition in ways that they really shouldn't be doing. If they show.
Well, imagine.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, okay. Well, imagine. Because I've known some alcoholics that had the breathalyzer thing in the car, but they would just get other people to do the breathalyzer for them. You may get DNA tagged to your own vehicle. So that you couldn't even do that. Imagine that. 23andMe gets your DNA data and it logs it into your computer system in your vehicle. The only person that can start that car will be you, and you have to be sober. I think it's a good thing on the outcome, but not going into it. It's too invasive. And the things that Roger's just saying there, I mean, it's intrusive. Maybe you've got a bunch of booze in the car. Maybe you spilled something. A drink got thrown in your face or something like that, and you're screwed. You may just be transporting. You may not actually be intoxicated. So these things would be very intrusive.
Yeah.
But they will find a way to sell it to us.
Yeah. And another way too is your pulse. You know, if you're drinking, your I guess your blood pressure or your pulse or your blood pressure would be up, somewhat up. And if you hold on that steering wheel, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Don't they have a thing where they can pick that up? You know how fast your heartbeat and your pulse is going from what it would usually be.
Well, they can do that
Yeah,
already.
just from the biometrics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Oh, okay.
I mean, because it's like I was talking the other day about the phone. Whenever they've got that
Uh-huh.
verification thing now, it's off of your finger. You can touch the power button on the phone, and it can take your fingerprints.
They may put an implant into you.
You know.
I met a security guard here at this facility. Um, we were talking about health issues and stuff like that. He said, "Yeah, I'm diabetic. I have to monitor my blood sugar." He pulls out his phone. He says, "See, look, my blood sugar is at 92." I'm like, "How does your phone know your blood sugar level?" He said he had an implant in his shoulder. I was like, "Wow, wow." He said, "Not only does he have the implant in his shoulder, but Medicaid pays for it because he's older than 65. It was 100% free." I was like, "Well, that's kind of neat." And I'm thinking in my head, "Wow, that's intrusive. An implant? Oh, dear God, an implant. If it's not a pacemaker, I don't want it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, and I was
technology will go anyway and everywhere.
because I wonder, in all the countries that with all this, the type of technology, it makes you wonder too how does other countries feel about of these program these type of technology. It's like in Africa, they got these splinter groups that does what they're doing, and they get
Well,
their
the corporations will think for these other governments. The corporations will tell them what to do. It's like, do you want money? Do you want you want to be part of the global economy? Well, you're going to have a plant in your country, and you're going to administer this to your citizens, and the governments will do it.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I also believe I also believe they did that as well when it comes to the oil companies in Africa. Like in the Congos, they would actually take
Exactly.
and they would these oil companies would give crap loads of money to frickin' the guy in charge, and they would put it in a trust fund form separate from the rest of the country. As long as he kept his mouth shut and did what he was told, frickin' he would keep getting that money. And the oil companies literally ran that whole area for the longest time until they finally started catching on to them. You know,
100% correct.
and these corporations they're the ones that are in charge. They pay people off and they call the shots.
yeah, but what I was referring to as well, I could see only two good things about this. Okay, and only two. Okay, like over in Africa, they got these splinter groups that's going around shooting, robbing people, taking medicines, and all that. Well, if these vehicles are as like that, and if some places to have vehicles there, they'd be able to look and find out where their group is at, where their little hideout is as well. Plus, like with the people, we call that the one that's going around killing elephants, animals, and all that. Um,
Poachers.
yeah, poachers. Okay, what better way of locating the poachers? That if all there is vehicles like this, just imagine what would happen to them and their business.
Well, so even if they did reject the technology, they
They
want to keep
can't go
gas-powered
nowhere.
vehicles. They built it. Well, no, not necessarily. But if they want to reject the technology and keep the gas-powered vehicles, anytime you have a situation like that, you're going to get destabilized. Some other country, more likely the United States government, covert operations, will go in there and create splinter cells of criminal groups just to further destabilize things, and false flags and and CIA got their cells doing this, doing that. They will make such turmoil in the country that when somebody from the outside comes in offering a solution, not just a solution, but also money, economic hitmen, they'll come in and they'll just take over. Have you ever heard read that book, The Economic Hitman? Diary of Economic Hitman? Something like that?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what the CIA specializes in.
Now,
This is what they will do.
I also want to point out something about the Iraq War too. Now, that what you're talking about, Robert, has already taken place. The intelligence networks that were involved with the Iran war involved England and the United States, and they actually had people using electronics like the phones and things of that nature to track terrorists and people who were against the United States during that war. They literally were keeping tabs on conversations and telephones from these people. They knew where they were at all times, and they were tracking them. And it was just because they had a freaking mobile phone, or they had a freaking, this stuff. They've been doing it for a long time. It's been a part of it. Me and Mark.
You want to know how long they've been doing it? 20 years ago, when I was in the Army, this was in boot camp, mind you. A drill sergeant handed me and a battle buddy a phone. Now, it was a cell phone. It was a flip phone. He took the battery out of it. He said, go run in the middle of the field, and I'll let you know when you can come back. So we ran to the middle of this field, and we were just, we were there for about 5 minutes just talking with each other. Drill sergeant waves at us to come back. So we ran back over to the barracks entrance, and he told us everything that we said. He recited the entire conversation in that 5 minutes that we said. That was 20 years ago. So imagine today. We already know that YouTube is listening. After I do a show with you guys, every time I do a show with you guys, whatever we talked about, I go through my YouTube suggestion feed. There's 2 or 3 things about what we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
That's video suggesting. Yeah. So if YouTube was listening to us, you damn well know CIA is listening to us. Hell, McDonald's could be listening to us for all we know. We've been sold down the river so damn far, we don't know. Anybody can listen to us. H&R Block can be listening to us.
You damn straight McDonald's is listening. McDonald's is listening. I mean, shit.
You never know.
Right to work
you get those
state.
coupons in the mail. Come on now.
Freaking right to work state. That's the reason why I learned about right to work states is because when I was living in Missouri, and McDonald's is the biggest ringleader of all of them, man. Like, this whole franchise thing is just a load of shit. When you really start finding out about all of that stuff, you start finding out about a lot of the organization and the data that they're pulling up on people. And it's all through this right to work.
In technology as well.
Go ahead. I'm seriously talking about, oh man, I can use a double quarter pounder right now with cheese. 2 days later, I've got coupons in the mail. They're collecting all this data, everything. We're being able to buy. Can you imagine how many entities are listening to us right now? It's not just the NSA.
Well, you look at
it's not just our phone services.